Hey guys, welcome back to the Good Noise Podcast. Today we're here with Fox Teeth, and we're going to ask them some questions. I'm going to start. What does your band name mean, and what inspired you to start the band?
I guess I should take that. So the band started as a solo project that I kind of just brought up one day because what actually inspired me to really get into making music was I went to Warped Tour in 2018, and that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And I saw Real Friends for the first time, crowd surfed to them, and I was like, man, I want people to feel like how I felt there. So a few months later, I put out the first single, and the first single was kind of like a joke because it wasn't a serious song. It was made to sound like a foxing song. And that's how I got the name Fox Teeth, because it sounded like it. So it was kind of like a parody, and then it just stuck.
Oh, I like that.
So how do you guys feel about the response you got to your newest song, Donnie Darko?
Ron, I feel like you should take that one.
Honestly, we've been super excited. We didn't expect to get as many, Spotify plays and, responses to the YouTube video. For us, it's just a totally different direction. And as you can see with Poets and Ghosts, there's a big difference between, having just one person and then having a full band.
Yeah.
So, Andy and I kind of joined Fox Teeth after Poets and Ghosts. So, we just feel lucky that we were able to, I guess add to it. Me on the bass and Andy on drums, and Jade writes most of the songs. So, Donnie Darko is definitely one of the best things I personally feel like I've been able to put out as a musician. So
it was really cool too because Ron and I actually play in a screamo band together, and this is the first song that I made that I could actually send to my grandma and have her enjoy it. Yeah. So that was pretty cool to have family members actually enjoy the song that I made, because there's no it was really cool to see a lot of my friends and family enjoying it. I'm just really happy that people like it. It's cool.
Yeah, I would pretty much say the same thing. Because our Poets and Ghosts, and even the very first EP, which was so bad I deleted it, but it's a big difference having a full band and really getting the input of other people. And I feel like Donnie Darko, I watched the movie for the first time and sat and wrote a song about it, and I didn't think people were gonna really amp it up, and it did really well, and I'm just really glad and really proud of it.
Wow. Wait, so how long did it take for you to write that song?
Okay, so I get really bad hyperfixations. If I watch a movie, I get obsessed immediately. So I watched the movie mid-December and wrote Donnie Darko immediately after Christmas and finished it in one sitting.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And it was actually the pace of the song was a lot slower when I first wrote it, and then when we kind of played around with it, we sped it up a lot more. And it's it just came together. It was like a puzzle piece, and it just fit right in. So it was really cool.
Jade came over my house. We practiced at my house, and we met up to work on that song and a few others for the album that we're working on right now. And we played it way slower, but that was on January 8th, I think. And then I headed into the studio late February, right before Valentine's Day, to record it. So it took about a month, I'd say, to write it and get it ready to release.
Wow,
that's pretty short.
Yeah.
Recording and everything was literally a month from what I remember. So it was a quick process with this band, which we enjoy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So where was your headspace when you were making that song?
Okay, well, when I wrote it, like I had said before, I get really, really bad hyperfixation. So I watched that movie in a film class for the first time, and I never really cry at movies, I guess because I'm able to kind of realize it's just fictional for the most part. Yeah. And that was the first movie that ever made me cry, just because of all the things going on in it. It talks a lot about mental health, and it just, there's so much going on in that movie that I could connect to, that I felt so inclined to write about it, because I was wow, this is something I can understand. And I don't know, it's so weird to say that you can connect to a movie, especially like that. If you guys have seen it, it's insane. It literally makes no sense. But it's just a really cool movie, and I was just so appreciative of it that I wanted to write about it.
So what bands or artists like influence do you think we can hear, like, or anybody can hear, I guess, on Donnie Darko?
Donnie Darko.
I'd say like
I would.
on my part. Oh, I'm sorry, Jade.
No, no,
go ahead?
you can go.
Okay.
You can
I'd
go
say
ahead.
on my part, I was listening to a lot of Slaughter Beach Dog, which if anyone's familiar with modern baseball, their lead
Yes.
songwriter Jake, yeah, that's actually his new project, and I just had like a huge playlist of all of their songs, and I was listening to it a lot, and I feel like if any drummers listen to that band, you can definitely pick up on some pretty clear influences that I took from them on that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, on bass anyway, especially for this kind of music, a lot of my inspiration kind of draws from. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Balance and Composure. That was one of my favorite bands when I first picked up bass, and I kind of was looking to implement some of the drive that the bassist of Balance and Composure has and implemented into that music. Not that it's entirely complicated, but that it can make the song move forward. And so I would say Balance and Composure for me. And Tiger's Jaw, bands like that.
I'd probably say Movements was really big for me, like especially Vocal Rise. Movements is great. And I was listening to a lot of them when I was writing the song, so there's definitely an influence there, especially with the way that I sing the lyrics and also how the guitar sounds, how all of it sounds really. But definitely Movements for me.
Sick. All good bands. I've heard of most of them, so that's really cool. Because sometimes
Yeah.
bands go off and they name like really really underground bands, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So good to know. So was this song made in quarantine? Like any part of it?
No.
No, yeah, it was all pre-quarantine. Literally, when we finished recording, it was right before the lockdown started. Like I want to say maybe two weeks before lockdown started.
Yeah.
Which was insane because we wrote the song, we recorded it, we played it at a show, and then we were like, yeah, we're gonna get out and play more shows, and then coronavirus. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was
Pre-lockdown.
lockdown.
We actually
our next song. I bet.
We actually we didn't know if we wanted to name the song Donnie Darko, so I remember like literally the week before like Friday the 13th when everything like shut down, we used like a random name generator, like a number picker between like Donnie Darko and 3 other names, and that was literally like a week before the lockdown, so it was pretty crazy how different it feels.
Is there any chance you could tell us those names?
Yeah.
One of them was Donnie Darko. I think Ron came up with time
like yeah. What was it again? It's
time pre-decided. Time pre-decided.
And
then
I had
but we're happy now.
I had
it wasn't.
Light 28. I don't even remember. Oh my god, 2806.
Oh yeah.
Which is like they mentioned the flight in the movie, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool to use. But like we genuinely couldn't pick because all the names just went with it. So we were like, okay, let's just put it in a hat basically and go for the best. And Donnie Darko won.
I really wanted to call it Dawn of the Dark, but like dawn, like the time of day, but nobody else liked that.
Oh, well, I think Donnie Darko fits. So like.
Yeah.
I'm glad it worked out.
Our next song was recorded in quarantine. Going back to what you had originally asked us about, whether or not this was recorded in quarantine. Our next song was recorded during all of the events that have been occurring. So
I mean, we're working on an album, and we're at the end. I can't give any like for sure dates when it will be out, but I will say that we are basically done with it. And I want to say in July, don't know when, we are going to have another song out that flows more at Donnie Darko, but kind of takes a tangent and goes into more of our own sound that I'm really excited about.
Can you tell us like anything about the album?
I want to say so many things, but I have a really bad habit of giving stuff away. I can say that there's going to be a cover song on that album. I don't want to say what band, and I don't know if you guys would know the band, but we use a synthesizer in it. So I think that's a really cool thing about the album that I'm hoping people will get to look forward to.
There's also like a lot less choruses. Like Donnie Darko is the most like pop-oriented song on the record, which is kind of nerve-wracking because like not all the other songs have like as clear of a chorus as that one. So I'm kind of excited to see where that risk takes us.
I'll say that there's like two directions for the songs without giving too much away. Like some of them are kind of in the vein of Donnie Darko, you know, and then there's another like subsection of songs that are, you know, very, I guess the word is like emotional and like deep. You know, and that's it, you know, those songs I personally am the most excited for. You know, so there's definitely two directions in the album that, you know, you'll hear.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Excited to hear that.
Yeah, cool.
So, okay. So for these last three questions, we like to go away from music and just have like a little bit of fun, I guess, with it. So let's go to Death Row, guys.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your final meal? And please choose a drink.
Yes. Meal and a drink.
Ooh. McDonald's chicken nuggets
Ooh.
and
Okay.
a McDonald's sweet
Simple.
tea. And like if I
How
could get
many
like the
chicken
meal.
nuggets?
Oh God.
And a dip.
Some
Is there
McDonald's. Oh God. Okay, some McDonald's have like 50-piece nuggets. I would do that just for the sake of like if that's my last meal, I want to have a big meal.
You can do as much as you want.
Exactly. Unlimited nuggets. It
sauce-
never ends.
Yeah.
The sauce is hard. I think I would have both sweet and sour and honey mustard and just kind of alternate for each nugget and just
yeah,
like go
okay.
with it.
That sounds good.
That's valid. All right.
I would probably go with either Olive Garden, like unlimited breadsticks and pasta, or there's a place in Perth Amboy. It's called Payone's Pizzeria. I would definitely grab a slice or two from our guy Frank in Perth Amboy.
Here's the thing: if you get the unlimited breadsticks, then they can't stop you. You just won't die. You'll just keep
Exactly.
breadsticks.
Exactly. Just keep it coming.
Yeah.
Wait,
You didn't choose a drink though.
Yeah.
What's my drink? I mean, if it's gonna be unlimited, I wouldn't want to, kill myself with soda. So I'd probably just stick to water.
Well,
I'm
I
a
don't
water
think
guy.
killing yourself is a problem in this situation.
Wait, are you a
I'd stick to water.
person?
I do enjoy a nice glass of San Pellegrino in the wee hours of the morning,
Okay.
but generally, straight no chaser, just filtered tap water.
Solid. All right, that's fair.
No chaser. For me, I'm like a big fiend for Chipotle. So I would say, yeah, and I like sofritas, like the vegetarian option.
Mm-hmm.
And I've kind of been implementing that more into my life. But I kind of go crazy though. Like I'll like get like double sour cream and like double fajita vegetables, so it stops being healthy.
Yeah.
And then yeah, but I'm actually like a fiend for water too, because if you think about it, like water is like the elixir of life. You know what I mean? And so it's like I don't know, it's delicious and just like totally good for you. Yeah. So I'm like I would say Death Row water and like a sofrita burrito for sure.
Even in your last moments, you're worrying about staying hydrated. I like it.
Yeah.
It's important. So, if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to say, that's kind of Adventure Time. Adventure Time, actually. Either Adventure Time or the town of Gravity Falls.
Ooh.
Valid.
Like, I know I'm an entire adult, but those shows are amazing.
They are.
And I literally was obsessed with both of them. Like, I have so many things from both of those shows, so I probably Gravity Falls more than Adventure Time, only because I really like ghosts and stuff. So I think that'd be a pretty cool little universe to live in.
Definitely.
Ryan, you ready?
Oh yeah, okay. So for me, yeah, I would probably say Harry Potter.
Ooh.
I grew up
Very
just
valid.
totally like, yeah, I just grew up like totally obsessed with Harry Potter, especially like I don't know if you've been to Universal Studios and you've been to like Harry Potter World, but like once you're in that like kind of area with like just all of the different shops and like Hogwarts Castle, like there's just something truly magical about it. So for me, I would definitely say Harry Potter. I'm into magic and stuff, so
Wait,
yeah.
what house though?
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, what's your house?
That's a tough one too because you know
you're
when I was
totally
in Universal
Hufflepuff.
Studios, I know that's what everybody says, but I feel like I'm Gryffindor. But okay, but yeah, people say Hufflepuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely a Hufflepuff.
Can we
kind of
get
person.
all of your houses actually?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm not a big Harry Potter guy, but
Andy's like Slytherin for sure.
I would
He's like,
probably lean towards Slytherin.
Yeah, I've taken like a few of those little Harry Potter tests because I too was like super like I literally have all the Lego sets, which I'm now getting rid of because of all the stuff with J.K. Rowling, of course.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of Harry Potter stuff still, and I think for the most part I either always got Slytherin or Gryffindor, but I want to go for Slytherin just because like I want to look cool. Like I feel like Slytherin, makes you look like super tough, and I don't look tough, so I feel like Slytherin just kind of balances that out.
But
Yeah,
I
that's
was,
the one I
I
get.
was always jealous of Draco's blonde hair. Like I've always wanted to dye my hair, and I haven't yet. So
you'd be a
I'll
great
probably
blonde,
do
Andy.
that. I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
I would probably. I'm in between like Westeros from Game of Thrones or Skyrim from the Elder Scrolls.
Yes.
I'd probably lean towards Westeros just because I feel like that's one of my favorite TV shows of all time. So I think it would be really cool to try to usurp the throne from spoiler alert Bran, at the end of the season. So I'd probably lead a rebellion or something.
You just like dragons and medieval times?
Genuinely speaking, no. I'm not a big like fiction guy. It actually took me a while to get into Game of Thrones, but me and my best friend started watching it together last year, and I don't like it for the dragons. I just think it was so immersive, and I just love how the world was so divided, and it almost kind of mirrors reality in that sense, So I'd probably go with Westeros.
Believe it or not, Andrew actually has like a stone bust of a dragon in his room.
I do not.
Man,
Okay,
I would have asked to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I have an Iron Throne.
So this is our last question, and we like to save the most important question for last. So, what's your favorite color?
Really, somebody laughed. God bless. I've done like 100 interviews. I'm not even joking. Nobody's laughed. It's so sad. God.
I had a feeling you guys were gonna ask that because last night I was watching a few interviews you guys did, and I saw the one you guys did with Lilac Queen. And it got me thinking. So I wanted to say I was prepared for it, but now my mind is like all over the place. But I really, really like certain shades of blue, like very vibrant blue, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I literally dyed my hair blue because of how much I like that color. And I think any shade of blue is cool, but especially the ones that are like vibrant, like in your face. Like those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Andrew.
I would say I really like the brighter colors. So I like yellow a lot. There's a famous jazz drummer, Tony Williams. He had this really cool yellow drum kit right before he unfortunately passed away, and it's like so infamous in the drum community. If you have like a yellow drum set, like your shit, you deserve it. So I would probably say yellow, or I actually think pink's a really cool color. Guys like Tyler the Creator rock it really well, and so those two colors probably for me.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess for me, I'm really I, like Jade. I'm into blue, like a calm seas kind of blue. But also like Andrew, I'm really into like pink.
Yeah.
Like, no joke. And I think like, a lot of guys are afraid to admit that. But the truth of the matter is, pink is like one of the superior colors, if you ask me. I mean, I know it's like an opinion, but like pink is just so like I don't know.
It's so
calming.
versatile. Like there's so many different shades, and it's pretty cool,
Exactly. So yeah, my girlfriend likes periwinkle, so she kind of got me more into pink. Periwinkle's like a kind of purple. So yeah, I just wanted to shout her out real quick.
Wholesome. Yeah. All right. So as Rayan said, that was the last of our questions. Do you guys have anything to plug?
I don't have anything to plug. I just want to say, anyone watching, please continue signing petitions, donating money as you can to help the Black community. If you are doing any protests, always be safe and be aware. Just help out where you can, because it's really important to me, and it's just important in general to be a kind human being. So I just wanted to say, like, really get out there and sign petitions and do what you can to make a change.
Be on the right side of history.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that was really wholesome. I liked that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So it was great talking to you guys. This was Fox Teeth, and we are the Good Noise Podcast.